What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about my first impressions on the Battle of Geonosis update roughly 2 or 3 days after its release. This is going to be a super short video as I just wanted to get this out as soon as I could for you guys, but there will still be a video and a stream coming tomorrow, so there is plenty more stuff on the way. Before I do get stuck into my thoughts on the update, I did also just want to mention a few videos that are in the works as well, seeing as I definitely have a whole lot of stuff planned now that Geonosis is finally here. Over the next few weeks, I will be trying to smash out an in-depth map guide for Geonosis on both the attacking and defending sides of the map, and this is definitely one to keep an eye out for, seeing as there are a whole bunch of handy tips I've found so far. I will also be working on a hero guide for Grievous and Obi-Wan, although these may take a little longer to come out since I'd rather take the time and make sure I can be consistently good with Obi-Wan before I do release the hero guide. I have had a few people ask me to get one out as soon as possible, however for me personally I'd rather make sure the information I'm giving you guys is worth knowing, so it may still be a few weeks until those guides are out, but I'll definitely be doing my best to try and figure out Obi-Wan as soon as possible. I will also be doing a Mythbusters video dedicated to Obi-Wan in the coming weeks as well, so if you have anything you'd like me to test, then definitely make sure to let me know down in the comment section. Now with all that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get stuck into what I think of Geonosis and Obi-Wan so far. So starting off with Geonosis, and the first thing I need to comment on is just the look and the feel of the map. I don't think DICE, or anyone for that matter, could have done a better job at designing this map. The attention to detail and just the atmosphere this map gives off is insane, and for those of you who watched the Geonosis livestream, you would have seen me acting like a little boy on Christmas Day with how excited I was when I played my first game. The detail in just about every single aspect of the map, whether it be the view of the map from the top of the hill or just the simple stuff like the textures of the ground and the walls and even the sandstorm that comes when the hard cells get destroyed, is all just astonishing how much effort must have gone into the map, and overall I'm absolutely stoked with how it has turned out. As for the layout of the map and the way it plays, again there really isn't too much for me to complain about. It's clear to see a lot of work went into the map design and how the game plays out, and aside from a few slight balancing issues, I'm overall pretty darn happy with how the map plays. The first few hours after release were extremely unbalanced towards the Separatists, however before I'd even finished my stream that night there was already a server side fix that had added a fair bit more health to the ATTEs, and ever since then it's definitely been a lot more even in terms of which team has been winning games. There are still a few little issues here and there. For example, the default spawn for the droids on phase 2 is way too far back from the action, but things like that will definitely end up getting fixed, and for the most part it doesn't really matter too much anyway, seeing as you can usually just spawn on your squad members if they do happen to be alive. The one thing I have to say about this map that I'm not necessarily a fan of is that the heroes seem extremely hard to use most of the time. I think the highest streak I've had so far on the map is around 20 to 25 kills or something like that, so it definitely seems to be a little harder than the other maps, but at the same time that could just be because I'm still not quite used to the map. Overall, I'm absolutely stoked with how Geonosis has turned out, and I'm not going to lie, it completely exceeded my expectations. We all knew it'd look amazing, but to be honest, I definitely felt a little worried that it wouldn't play very well. However, at this point, I can comfortably say it's already up there with some of my favourite maps in the whole game. Now, moving on to Obi-Wan, and again, in terms of the look and feel of his character, they've absolutely nailed it again, just like they did with Grievous. His voice lines and mannerisms are all so accurate, and they absolutely nailed his look, at least as well as they could have anyway. A lot of people have been telling me that they think his face looks a little funny, and while I do agree with that a little bit, I can imagine it's extremely difficult to get in-game faces perfect. Most of the other characters in the game aren't perfect either, so for me it isn't really that much of an issue if he doesn't look 100% correct. As for how he plays, it's still extremely hard to say at this point. I'm currently sitting at about level 20 or so with him, but it's still so hard to say whether he is good or bad. I'm slightly leaning towards the fact that he may be a little weak. However, I said the same thing about Grievous, and he turned out to be the best saber character in the game. So with a little more playtime, I'm sure we can get a better understanding. However, I definitely have struggled to do well with him so far. His abilities all seem to be pretty useful, and overall I haven't run into any bugs myself. However, I have heard a few people say they've found some of their own. In saying that, I definitely think he isn't as bugged as Grievous was, so even with a few little bugs here and there, they should all hopefully be fixed in the coming weeks and months. The 212 skins also look really good as far as I'm concerned. Obviously it isn't a massive deal getting new clone skins, but I think they look really good, and I'll never say no to new skins either, so again another nice addition to the game from this update. As for the other stuff that came in the update, there's nothing at all for me to complain about so far, and I have to say I'm really happy with some of the changes they made to Chewie and the officers. It does still seem like the officers can earn battle points faster than anyone else, however the battle point gain is definitely less than it was, and the blurg is finally balanced as well, so definitely a good nerf to the officer class and a much needed one at that. So that's pretty much all there is to touch on for now, guys. I know this was a super short video, but like I said, there will be another one up tomorrow, as well as another Geonosis stream as well. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, there are a whole heap of videos and streams in the works, so plenty of exciting stuff for you guys to keep an eye out for. If you are new to the channel, then feel free to subscribe and make sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any more Battlefront 2 guides or live streams. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.